everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm teacher Aina and today we shall continue on Unit 6 Sport. For your information, this is going to be the fourth lesson which will be on page 66 of your student's book. At the end of this lesson, you should be able to understand specific information in a program about the X Games. And the language focus for our lesson today will be regular and irregular verbs. As usual, before we proceed to our lesson today, let me communicate with you first the framework of our lesson. First, we shall match verbs to their correct simple past forms and listen to the audio to check for the answer. After that, we shall read a text about X Games superstars and choose the correct information based on the text read. Last but not least, we shall listen to the audio again for the second time and choose the correct answers. Without further ado, let us move on to the first activity of our lesson today. Our first activity for today is let's match verbs to their simple past form. But before that, let's learn the meaning of these words first. Take a look at the first picture. It's learned. Learn. Learn means belajar. Start. Start. Start means mula. Go. Go. Go means pergi. Win. Win. Win means menang. Travel. Travel. Travel means melancong. Become. Become. Become means bertukar. Watch. Watch. Watch means melihat. Do. Do. Do bermaksud melakukan. Compete. Compete. Compete bermaksud bertanding. Decide. Decide. Decide bermaksud menentukan. So, these are the meanings of the words that you will need to know before we proceed to the main activity for the first one. Now, take a look at this. They are verbs in past form. Now, what you need to do now is you will have to match the verbs here to the correct simple past form. Take a look at the first one. What is the simple past form for learn? It's learned. And start? It's started. How about go? The simple past for go is went. And the simple past for win is won. For travel, what do you think? It's traveled. You will have to add double consonant of L in the middle. Become, change into simple past form, became. Watch, watched. Do become did. Compete, compete. Decide, decided. So, it seems that it was quite smooth to match the answers here just now, but how far are you sure that all the answers that we match here are correct? So, now let's check the answer again by listening to the audio.
Unit 6. Vocabulary and Listening. Exercise 1. 1,
Learn, learned.
2,
Start, started.
3,
Go, went.
4,
Win, won.
5,
Travel, travelled.
6,
Become, became.
7,
Watch, watched.
8,
Do, did.
9,
Compete, competed.
10,
Decide, decided.
Alright, so we managed to get all the answers correct, did you? Now, let's move on to the second activity of our lesson today, which is to read and listen and then choose the correct information. As you can see right in front of your screen here, there are two columns of answer. The first column is about who is talking. The second column at your right, which is asking about where they are. You are going to listen to an audio and you will have to choose one answer under each column. But before we listen to the audio, let us go through first the choices of answers here one by one. Who is talking? Parents talking, sport fans talking, Alana and Tom talking. Moving to the right column, where they are. At school, at the X Game Asia, on a TV program. Take note that later on, when you are listening to the audio, there are two things that you will have to focus on. First, you will need to identify who is talking in the audio, and after that, you will have to identify again where does the audio take place. Are you ready? Let's listen to the audio.
Unit 6. Vocabulary and Listening. Exercises 2 and 3.
Hi, and welcome to Skateboard Superstars.
And today we're looking at some exciting X Games history, starting with the amazing Alana Smith.
You're a big fan of Alana, right, Jane?
Yeah, she's a really fantastic skater. She says she watched the X Games when she was 6 and then asked her parents for a skateboard. She learned to skateboard when she was 7. 5 years later, she became a big star when she did a 540 McTwist in a competition.
Yeah, I remember. And her first X Games were in Barcelona in 2013.
Correct. There, at the age of 12, she won a silver medal.
What a star.
So, who is your skating superstar, Greg?
Well, Jane, I'm a big fan of Tom Schaar, who was on this programme 2 years ago. He learned to skate when he was only 4 years old.
That's young.
Yeah, it is. And the same as Alana, Tom won his first X Games medal at the age of 12.
Cool. Where was that?
That was at the X Games Asia in 2012 in Shanghai. And Tom became really famous for a trick called a 1080, a very difficult trick. He did it in a competition. He was 12 years old. It was a special moment, and we can watch a video of that now.
Okay, here it is.
Obviously, just now from the audio that you have listened, it was a conversation between Jane and Greg. Jane and Greg are super hardcore fans of Tom Schaar and Alana Smith. Now, who is talking in the audio? Was that parents talking or was that Alana and Tom talking? Both are not. It was sport fans talking on a TV program. So, did you manage to get the same answer as mine? If so, congratulations! But if you can't get it, don't worry. Just replay this audio and listen to the audio again. Now, let's move on to the final activity of our lesson today, where you are going to listen to the audio and choose the correct answers for Alana and Tom. Before we listen to the audio, let's go through the question first. Now, I need to tell you first that you are going to have 2 listening tasks even though you will be answering the same set of questions. Because for the first round of question, you are going to answer this for Alana Smith. For the second round of questions, you are going to answer for Tom Schaar. Which means in the audio later on, you are going to listen separately for Alana Smith first and after that for Tom Schaar. And then we are going to answer the same set of questions for Alana and Tom. But before that, let's go through the question first. Look at number 1. She learned to skate when she was. He learned to skate when he was. Number 2. She went to X Games in. he went to X Games in. Number 3, she did a trick called. He did a trick called. And number 4, she won an X Games medal when she was. He won an X Games medal when he was. Now, let's listen again to the audio. Let's go.
Hi, and welcome to Skateboard Superstars.
And today we're looking at some exciting X Games history, starting with the amazing Alana Smith.
You're a big fan of Alana, right, Jane?
Yeah, she's a really fantastic skater. She says she watched the X Games when she was 6 and then asked her parents for a skateboard. She finally learned to skateboard when she was 7. 5 years later, she became a big star when she did a 540 McTwist in a competition.
Yeah, I remember. And her first X Games were in Barcelona in 2013.
Correct. And there, at the age of 12, she won a silver medal.
What a star.
So, who is your skating superstar, Greg?
Well, Jane, I'm a big fan of Tom Schaar, who was on this programme 2 years ago. He learned to skate when he was only 4 years old.
That's young.
Yeah, it is. And the same as Alana, Tom won his first X Games medal at the age of 12.
Cool. Where was that?
That was at the X Games Asia in 2012 in Shanghai. And Tom became really famous for a trick called a 1080, a very difficult trick. He did it in a competition. He was 12 years old. It was a special moment, and we can watch a video of that now.
Okay, here it is. Tom Schaar and a...
Choose the correct answer for Alana. Number 1, she learned to skate when she was B. 7. Number 2, she went to X Games in A. Barcelona. Number 3, she did a trick called C. 540 McTwist. Number 4, she won an X Games medal when she was B. 12. Now, let's choose the correct answer for Tom. Number 1, he learned to skate when he was A. 4. Number 2, he went to X Games in C. Shanghai. Number 3, he did a trick called B. 1080. And the last one, he won an X Games medal when he was B. 12. So, did you get all the answers correct? If so, congratulations! Okay, GOODJOB, good job. So, that's the end of our lesson today. This is a homework that I have prepared for you. Feel free to complete it. You can go to the video description below and click on the link to do the exercise straight away. As usual, don't forget to visit my channel and give it a like if possible. Subscribe my YouTube channel and press the bell so that you will always get notified whenever I update new videos. With that, I would like to thank you for watching and I shall see you at the next video. Bye!